Hi guys, welcome to Living with the Tide. Today I'm dismantling our windlass and servicing it and cleaning it back up, so join us for that. So this is our windlass. It's a Maxwell 1500. It's what we use for lowering and raising up our anchor and chain. In this setup we've got 10mm chain on a spade 55 pound. This windlass easily picks up and drops it down. We use this button here which automatically brings it up. It's all turned off at the moment because I don't want to jam my fingers, but pressing that would use the motor to bring the chain up. To let it down we use the clutch. It goes in here. It won't do anything at the moment. You loosen it, chain goes down, tighten this up and it stops. It's as simple as that. So tools I'm going to use, guys, literally screwdriver, some all-purpose waterproof grease, and a tool I don't have but I have to make do without is a C-clamp pliers, which is just some pliers for getting a C-clamp. There is a C-clamp inside here, so that's the only other thing. So we'll get started. So first bit I'm going to take off is this casing here. It just covers over where the chain goes into the hull. It's just the two screws. They come off quite easily and it just gives me more manoeuvrability to move the chain out of the way. So this part's now off, the top cover. Next part we're going to move on to the main unit itself. First we'll take this off, just get the screwdriver underneath, it pops off. Underneath you'll find a countersunk screw on top of a washer. So we unscrew this. Nice and simple. Washer comes out, then this whole unit will unscrew. You'll have to get the clutch because I've locked it, and then it'll all come out. So the way this washer goes is you can see it's domed. The dome part, unlike that, gives this space to loosen and tighten. And then all you do is grab the drum and it'll lift off. That's kept in place by a key this side, and that just comes out like so. So in here you'll see a C-clip, and that's what stops this from coming up and down. So we don't have the appropriate pliers for the job, which is C-clip pliers, so I've got to try and get it out by hand other ways, which is a bit of a pain, as it always is with these things. This isn't the appropriate way of taking off a C-clip, but I have, like I said, I haven't got the right tool, which is like a pliers. It's got two little teeth. You put it in, you close the pliers, and it opens the C-clip up. But I haven't got that tool. Something I could do with investing in. There we go. And now this drum will come off. And as you can see underneath, where all the grease used to be, it's all got bits of weed stuck in it. Some kind of shell. That's all the stuff that's been dragged up with the anchor. Again, there's another key here in this one. So we can just take that out, so we don't lose it. That's the two keys. And that's it. That's pretty much it dismantled, apart from obviously the motor underneath, but I don't go that far. This is where it jams up because of all the dirt and the weed it picks up. So I'll clean all this off, re-grease it and put it back together. So out of the actual chain drum, these two come out, and these have the key marks in them to align with the keys that go into the shaft. They come out, and then I've cleaned all the shaft and around it here, so now I'm just going to clean this one up so it runs smooth, so it's not much dirt between the two, to make it run smoother and pick up the chain and drop it faster. So it makes Paige's job easier when she's up front. Not much to it, it's just getting all the dirt out, mainly off the where it touches this. So here we'll connect to here, so make it nice and smooth so it runs, and then I'll re-grease it, but we'll show you that when I do that. So I'm using this Ramonal Advanced White Marine Grease. It works on everything from winches to propellers, wire ropes, gears, seacocks. It's just a multi-purpose waterproof grease. So you just put it on the shaft so it runs smooth against that, and that's what I do. It's a bit like painting it on. I don't worry about excess because it's such a mechanical part. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's not a delicate bit of kit. So put it there. I put it in the runner where it's going to connect metal on metal. It's then a bit around here just to make it run a bit smoother. These back in, they go into this drum. One in the bottom, and like so, and one in the top, like so. So they align with each other. They've got these keys in, so just make sure they'll spin once they're in, so you can align it all up, like so, like that. There we go. So we grease that up. So now what we need to do is we'll put this this unit back on, but first we need the key, which is this thing again. Just goes into the bottom like so, and then that drum will oh, bottom one's fallen out, like so, and then we'll align that up. It matches with the keystone. As you see, this one's popped out. There we go. That's it all back in. Work it round a bit, get the grease working. So that's how it spins when it's bringing up the chain. Well, it holds the whole unit and will spin, but at the moment that'll do. It all connects by the C-clip again, which I'll now put back in. This annoying thing. It's much easier when you're putting the thing back on. I'll screw it back on. Like I said, this is not the way you're meant to do them. You're meant to have the special tool, but whatever way works. As long as you don't damage it too much. Once it's on the shaft, I can just push it down. So there's a groove in the shaft. You can't see it now, it's just down there, and that's what the C-clip fits into. So that's the C-clip now back in, and you can see we can't take it back off now, so it's all locked down. Next part to put on is the actual main top drum. This one we use with rope if you ever needed to. We never use it because it's we just run chain. So again, this top key goes in here. Push it in, the grease helps hold it in place. And again, you can see the groove inside there. I don't know if you can, but there, and that lines up with the key, like so. And that's that back together. And now you see it's all locked together, ready to be used. Now we just have to put the top back together, which is quite simple. There's this drum here, it'll go on top. But first, we have this part, which is the what controls the gearing in it. That screws onto the top threads, like so. Down. This has to have movement because this is how we release the chain. By loosening this off, allows this to freely spin. So when it's got weight on it with the anchor, it'll just drop it. And locking this jams the orders mechanism so it can't move. So we use this washer, which is domed, goes up top like that with the dome up, so it gives you space to release this. And then this screw here, the countersunk, goes into the top and tightens up. I'm going to put the chain back on now. Just pull it out the hole, comes around, fits back on like so. And that's it all fitted back. That's the chain back on. I've taken off the top here, the protector for the chain, just so I could move it around easier, so I'll now put that back on. That's these parts. All it is 2 screws, a spacer and the cover, so nice and simple. So that's the top casing back on, and the last finishing touch on top of the screw is a little black tab that just goes and gets pushed into place like that, and that's it back together, all serviced. Should run smooth again. Make it easier. This bit here, if you've noticed, is a brake. You can close it along the gearing, but it's we normally keep it out of the way. Once the snubbing line's on, should be all okay. That's it, and now just clean up. As you can tell, I've got to wash all the grease off my hands. Lovely.
Maintenance with Matthew.
Yes. That's the windlass all serviced and cleaned. Hope you found that informative and a help for anyone that might be doing this in the future. If you've got anything else you want to see me maintain, ask down in the comments and we'll try and make a video for you. And again, thanks for joining, guys.